Let's talk San Diego State Aztec football, headed to Army. Time to talk to the Aztecs. This is Lee Hamilton. More phone calls in a couple of minutes at XX1090. Head coach Rocky Long joins us here on Sports Watch. The aftermath of Cal Poly. Ryan Lindley hot, Ronnie Hillman unbelievable, and wide receivers stepped up when you needed them to step up. In the overview reaction now that you've looked at all the video, pretty pleased?
Very pleased with the offense and really happy that game's behind us with the history of that game. And I thought that we were really concerned going in, and I thought we played pretty good most of the night and did what we should do against a team from that division.
Let me ask you about the two wide receivers. The three times I went to practice, everything you threw towards Colin Lockett, I thought he caught. I was really surprised with how Dylan Denso came up with some big plays. Were you surprised at the consistency, or are you still looking for consistency?
We're still looking for consistency, but I thought both those guys had really good games. Dylan's probably got the best hands of the wide receiver. Colin Lockett's got the best speed of the wide receivers. And going in the game, we were really concerned. Now, being able to run the football allows a lot of one-on-one coverage out there that's, really helps wide receivers. But I was really happy with the way both those guys played in the game because they got open and they caught the ball when they did get open.
I thought this would be more of a tight end passing offense. Didn't get the sense it was that way Saturday night.
Well, I think it was the way they were playing us on defense. I mean, there was a lot of guys near the box, which makes it harder on tight ends to get open. But then there's a lot of one-on-one situations on the outside. And even with them stacking the box, us being able to run the ball really helped. And then I thought play-action pass was probably the best thing we did.
I'm not going to say that Ronnie Hillman is Marshall Faulk, but he's physical. He's got the extra gear on the edge. The one thing that I'm so impressed with, peripheral vision and patience to find the seam. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, he has confidence in his ability. There's very few guys that can be that patient and still get in a hole. He's looking for a seam. He's looking for a crack. He's got the God-given ability to be able to be slow and jump sideways and be as fast as he can be in a couple quick steps. So he's got great acceleration. And I think that all good running backs are patient. But they also have to have the athletic ability to get in there and get out quickly, or it doesn't work to be patient.
Let's talk about going to Army. Overnight trip Thursday. This is kind of a unique travel schedule. What made you determine you wanted to fly all night and get to Albany in early Friday morning?
Well, hopefully our team can get rested and get on schedule again, since we're playing basically at 9 o'clock in the morning. Now, we practice some at that time, but I think if you travel all day or all afternoon, 5 or 6 hours on the plane the day before the game, you're not totally rested, and this will allow us to get back on our schedule once we get there.
In terms of Army, they got stampeded by Northern Illinois. Just from what I gather, defense just could not get off the field, and normally clubs make a big jump between week 1 and week 2. What would you expect from Army's defense?
Well, I think the whole situation, with it being the anniversary of 9/11, and we're very privileged and honored to be there at that time, but I think there's going to be so much hype and so much energy and so much emotion on that campus that I think they'll play much, much better. They'll play above their heads. Now, the score doesn't indicate on how well they moved the ball on offense. They had over 400 yards total offense. They ran the ball up and down the field on Northern Illinois. They made some mistakes once they got close, which kept them from scoring. But their offense was fine. Their defense struggled a little bit, but defense has a lot to do with emotion, and I'm sure they're going to be very emotional this weekend.
Rich Ellerson's a hell of a coach, isn't he?
Oh, he's a great coach. Him and I worked together a little bit up in Canada, and he did amazing things at Cal Poly, and now he's turning that Army program around too.
So they got Trent Steelman at quarterback, and he's kind of the trigger guy, though their fullback and their slot backs do carry the ball a lot. Can you compare Trent Steelman style-wise with the Air Force Academy quarterbacks?
I think they're very similar. I think the quarterback at Air Force now is a big, strong guy that really runs the ball good. He's that same way. They can throw it when they have to. And I think even more so than in the pro game or the pro style of offense, when you're in the triple option, the quarterback is key, and he's got experience. He reads the veer very, very well, makes very few mistakes, and that's why they're good on offense.
Rocky, have you ever been at Michie Stadium on the West Point campus?
Yeah, I've been there. I actually played there when I was a sophomore in college. I wasn't the starter, but I came in and got to play a little bit, and it is a special place. You get a special feel when you get on campus. And once again, being the weekend that it is, it's going to be an honor for us to be there. I hope that we don't get caught up in the emotion of it and concentrate and play well.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, the Aztecs went to South Bend to play Notre Dame. I thought, man, what a memory of a lifetime. Some of these kids have been at the University of Michigan. When they see these cadets walk into that stadium, I mean, the emotional rush in your heart is amazing.
Well, you feel it as soon as you get on their campus. When you go through the gates, you feel that special history, that special tradition, and like you say, right before the game when their whole student body marches in and all those sort of things. It's a very emotional thing, and if you're not a mature football team, you get caught up in the hype and then don't play well.
And you get the sense, though, because we got a 4-year starter at quarterback, Ryan Lindley, that your guys will experience this and then put it in their scrapbook and get ready to play football?
That's my anticipation, that we're a mature football team and we're going to handle all this right, embrace the situation, enjoy it, but still play well.
Rocky, what's the key here? What do you have to do defensively? Because your front is an issue. They're going to come at you with everything they've got from a wishbone package. What's the key to this game?
Well, we've got to be stout up front. I thought there was times Saturday against Cal Poly, and Cal Poly runs basically the same offense, that we got knocked around and double teamed and pushed back up front. You got to establish the line of scrimmage in order to be able to see who's got the ball. If you're getting knocked backwards into the linebacker in the secondary, they can't tell who has the ball, so they don't react to the option the right way. We got to get better. We got a little bit better in the second half, but Army runs that offense much better than Cal Poly does.
Well, what a memory of a lifetime for you and for your staff and your kids. This is really going to be special. And then, by the way, there's a football game has to be played at noon, West Point time.
Well, you're right, and hopefully we're going to let our kids enjoy it, and then see how we react, and hopefully we're mature enough to react the right way.
Great stuff. Rock, appreciate the time. We'll talk to you when you get back, sir.
All right, Lee, thanks.